Welcome back to the Accessible Art History YouTube channel. Today, I'm continuing my countdown through my top 100 works of art. As always, I try to look at a variety of time periods and cultures to find my favorites. I also look at how works could show the development of an individual artist's style or how they contributed to the, quote, canon for that culture. So, without further ado, let's look at my picks for works 90 through 86. The Dance à Bougival from 1883 by Pierre-Auguste Renoir is one of the most celebrated works of the French Impressionist movement. It captured the lively atmosphere of an outdoor dance in Bougival, a small town near Paris that was popular for those seeking a riverside escape. Renoir's painting beautifully balances his dedication to vibrant colors, dynamic brushstrokes, and a key eye for human interaction, making the scene feel as if it's unfolding before our eye. Renoir portrays a couple locked in dance, oblivious to the bustling scene around them. The woman, dressed in a billowing red bonnet and white dress with pink accent, contrasts strikingly with her partner's muted tones. Her flushed cheeks and bright red lips create a sense of movement and passion, making her appear as if she's in motion. This vibrant color palette and interplay of soft, fluid brushstrokes, common for the Impressionist movement, enhances the romantic tone of the painting. The background, which is loosely painted and almost blurred as if we are whipping through a dance, exemplifies the style, where the detail is secondary to the mood and the atmosphere. This choice draws focus to the dancers, placing them in a world that feels dreamlike and dynamic. The Dance à Bougival is more than just a scene of leisure. It represents the spirit of a time where Parisians embraced a new, modern sense of freedom and pleasure following decades of social and political upheaval. Renoir's choice to depict everyday people enjoying the simple pleasures of life was central to his philosophy, which focused on the moments of human interaction. This painting, now held in the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, is lauded for its immediacy and intimate portrayal of modern life. The equestrian statue of Marcus Aurelius is an iconic bronze sculpture that dates to around 175 CE, depicting the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius on horseback. It's one of the best preserved statues from ancient Rome, especially one made of bronze, and it's famous for its historical significance and artistic craftsmanship. Originally placed in the center of Rome, the statue has long been celebrated as a symbol of imperial power and wisdom. Today, though, you'll find it inside the Capitoline Museum to protect it from the elements. The statue shows Marcus Aurelius mounted on a large muscular horse, his right hand extended in a gesture that has been interpreted as both a combination of clemency and command. Dressed in a toga rather than armor, the emperor appears more like the philosopher king than a military conqueror, embodying the Stoic ideals he famously championed in his writings. His serene yet authoritative expression conveys wisdom, while the posture of the horse, raising one foreleg, adds a sense of a strained energy and control. It's a masterpiece of duality. The statue is monumental in size and design, with Aurelius and his horse standing at 4.2 meters or almost 14 feet tall. This grand scale emphasizes the emperor's authority and his elevated position over those he governs. The horse's realistic, dynamic musculature and Aurelius's lifelike pose and face reflect the skill and attention to detail typical of Roman art of this period. The statue is particularly significant because it's one of the few surviving bronzes from ancient Rome. Most of them were melted down in the medieval period to create coins or weapons. Bronze was valuable. However, this one survived because the people of the Middle Ages thought it was Emperor Constantine, the first emperor to convert to Christianity. Because of the survival, the statue was deeply influential in the Renaissance, serving as a model for other equestrian statues like those by Donatello and Verrocchio. The statue was moved to the Capitoline Hill in Rome in the 16th century by the order of Pope Paul III, and it was displayed in the Piazza del Campidoglio, the Michelangelo design square. Today, though, as I said earlier, a replica statue stands in the square while the original remains inside. This portrait of the Marchesa Brigida Spinola Dorya is a stunning work painted by Flemish Baroque master Peter Paul Rubens around 1606. This work exemplifies Rubens' ability to blend opulence and the sense of humanity of the sitter, capturing not only their likeness but their social status and personality. The portrait depicts Brigida Spinola Dorya, a member of one of Genoa's most prominent families, shortly after her marriage to Giacomo Massimilio Dorya. It was commissioned as a celebration of their union and as a testament to their social standing. Rubens presents Brigida as a commanding figure, resplendent in her luxurious gowns of shimmering silver fabric that's richly embroidered with intricate patterns. Her elaborate lace collar and sparkling jewels emphasize her wealth and sophistication, while her confident gaze but poised demeanor suggests intelligence and self-assurance. Rubens masterfully conveys the texture of her attire and accessories, using his characteristic fluid brushwork to create a sense of movement and vitality. The dress reflects the fashions of the Genoese aristocracy, whose wealth was often displayed through such sumptuous garments. In my opinion, it looks as if she could step from her portrait and into the viewer's world. The composition is equally remarkable for its dynamic interplay of light and shadow. Rubens places the sitter against an architectural backdrop featuring classical columns and a distant landscape, which serves to elevate her stature and situate her within a context of grandeur. The use of diagonals and the slightly upward angle of the portrait create a sense of movement and pushes the viewer's eye across the canvas. Interestingly, the painting we see today is not complete. Scholars believe the canvas was cut down at some point in history, removing parts of the original composition that included possibly Brigida's full-length figure. Despite this alteration, the portrait remains a powerful example of Rubens' ability to balance naturalism and Baroque grandeur, making it a worthy addition to this list. The Colossal Heads of San Lorenzo, Mexico are one of the most iconic artifacts of the Olmec civilization. The Olmecs are often regarded as Mesoamerica's mother culture. These monumental sculptures, dating from approximately 1200 to 900 BCE, are carved from massive basalt boulders and depict individual rulers and leaders. The Olmec created at least 17 colossal heads across their major site, with San Lorenzo being home to 10 of these. The heads range in height from 4 to 11 feet and can weigh up to 40 tons, showcasing the impressive artistic and engineering skills of the Olmec people. The heads are notable for their distinctive features, including flat noses, full lips, and almond-shaped eyes, which likely represent individual portraits rather than idealized figures. Each head wears a unique helmet-like headdress, adorned with specific motifs that may have symbolized the ruler's identity, rank, or achievements. These headdresses suggest the figures depicted were not just leaders, but maybe warriors or individuals with religious significance. The realistic and expressive portrayals of these heads emphasize the importance of rulership and elite status in the Olmec culture. The production of these colossal heads required significant labor. The basalt used to carve the heads were sourced from the Tuxtla Mountains, located over 60 miles from San Lorenzo. Transporting these massive stones through rivers and overland would have been an extraordinary feat, reflecting the highly organized social structure of the Olmec people. Once at their destination, skilled artisans meticulously shaped the boulders using stone tools, creating smooth surfaces and intricate details, despite how hard the material was. The colossal heads are more than just artistic achievement. They're deeply tied to the religious and political ideologies of the Olmec people and Mesoamerican culture. Their placement within ceremonial centers like San Lorenzo suggests they played a vital role, reinforcing the authority of the elite and their relationship to the sacred land. It's clear from these facts that the Olmec heads deserve a place on this Top 100 list. The Mond Crucifixion is an early work by the Italian Renaissance master Raphael, painted around 1502 to 1503 when the artist was still a young apprentice in Perugia under the influence of Pietro Perugino. This altarpiece was commissioned by Domenico Gavari for the Church of San Domenico in Città del Castello, Italy, and is now housed in the National Gallery of London. The painting demonstrates Raphael's early mastery of composition, perspective, and the integration of divine and human themes. The scene depicts the crucifixion of Christ, with Jesus suspended on the cross at the center of the composition. His serene expression conveys a sense of divine acceptance, contrasting with the anguish typically associated with the moment. On either side of Christ stand the Virgin Mary and St. John the Evangelist, both rendered with gentle grace and piety. Below them, kneeling in prayer, are St. Jerome and Mary Magdalene, each positioned with striking individuality and emotional depth. These figures, presented as intercessors for humanity, bridge the viewer's connection to the divine drama above. Although Raphael was young when he created this work, the viewer can start to see his style developed. His figures are graceful, almost sensually curved. The composition is quite balanced, almost overly so. Although visually pleasing at first, it creates a sense of artificiality that the artist would eventually grow out of. I think it's important to include a work like the Mond Crucifixion on the list because it shows the growth of a great artist like Raphael over the course of his career. So, what do you think of these 5 pieces on my list? As per usual, picking works to add was quite the task, and I still have a lot of episodes to go. To see what I pick for the next set of works, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out, and don't forget to let me know your choices in the comments below.